Welcome to tvmagicians.com and London, the home of Trafalgar Square, buses, pubs, you name it, it's here. And just around the corner from here in Trafalgar Square, the home of Davenports Magic Shop, supplying professional and amateur magicians for over 100 years. Lewis Davenport started this shop way back in 1898, selling all sorts of magic memorabilia. The owner of the shop these days is Bill Davenport. Bill, can you tell us a bit about the history of Davenport's magic?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, the company was started back in 1898 by my great-grandfather, Lewis Davenport. And he, at the time, was a professional magician. Even though he was only 16, he was actually a professional magician performing on the music halls at the time. And he developed a business. Originally, it was just mail order. Then he opened up a shop in central London, and he passed it down to the family. And eventually, here I am, really. I suppose what you might call famous people through. And a lot of professionals just buy their bits and pieces here. Paul Daniels, he's a very old customer. Also more modern magicians like Dynamo and people like that also pop in to say hello. And Darren Brown, who's actually appearing just around the corner now, he pops in now and again. But a lot of these people, they used to come in before they're famous and they pop in to say hello, whatever. So, but also we get a lot of people maybe you don't know. I can name a few names which you wouldn't hear of, but they're still good working professionals, a lot of amateurs. I mean, actually today we had James Randi, and he's he's now a legend in magic. He spent a lot of his time debunking fake spiritualists, and today he's actually giving a lecture for the Skeptic Society. So that's just one example of a complete legend that's been through today.
Now I believe you have special classes here too for up-and-coming budding magicians who want to get into the game.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is something we've just started off, and we thought that a lot of people, they get quite confused by magic in general. And sometimes they come into a shop or whatever, and it's just a mass of tricks and books and DVDs. And for the beginner, it really is very confusing. So what we've done is we've put together these series of classes, which are, as you said, designed for the complete beginner, but they teach people how to do magic properly right from the start. And the idea is we give them all the basic moves, we give them tricks, some easy tricks, some more difficult tricks, some more demanding ones. And it's not just the actual doing the tricks that we teach. We also teach misdirection, presentation, stagecraft, things like that. So really, really important with magic. And also we try to explain to them how to progress with their magic as well. The class is very interactive, so we give people plenty of time to practice amongst themselves with the teachers. And we've got a couple of really good teachers. And we've got Richard Bellers, he's produced a lot of DVDs. He's doing filming for BBC Northern Ireland. So he's actually a really up-and-coming magician. I think he holds the British record for throwing cards. So he's really good. And also Paul Brown, who is an actual demonstrator here in the shop. And he takes some of the classes as well, teaches some of the more non-card tricks like coins, sponges, that type of thing. So we've had these lessons going on for a few months now, and we find they're actually very successful, and people go away and they seem to be really, really pleased, and they get quite a few responses coming back saying that now some of the mysticism is being taken out of magic and how to progress. So yeah.
That's great.
And we're now in our studio, a magic studio, which is just next to the shop. And this is where we hold loads of different meetings. We have clubs that meet here, we have the magic classes meet here, we have lectures here. So there's a lot of activity going on here. You probably can't see, but we're actually surrounded with some really historic magical posters. I can maybe just show you a few just now. This is one of Leroy, Talma and Bosco, and these were really famous comedy magicians at the turn of the century. Chung Ming Soo, he was an incredibly famous magician at the time. He was actually killed on stage at the Wood Green Empire doing the famous bullet catching trick. And I think he's one of 13 magicians who've been killed doing that. And these posters are really, really quite rare. Coming around here, we have James Randi, incredible magician. He was somebody I was talking about before. He pops in the shop today. And he's an amazing escapologist. His mind is amazing, full of magical ideas, and he's a great guy. So that's James Randi. Paul Daniels, he was a torchbearer for British magic for a long, long time, still is. Great guy, great magician, and it's good to have a poster of him all signed up. And very quickly, that's my great-grandfather, Lewis Davenport, and as I said, he was a performer at the start of the last century, and that's one of his publicity pictures he had, and we have a few other posters around here. So.
can you tell for our viewers overseas, whereabouts are you in London? How do they get here?
Okay, well, we're right in the centre of London. We're near a place called Charing Cross, which is really as about as central as you can get, near Trafalgar Square, the Strand, a lot of other places. But having said that, we're quite difficult to find. We're actually under street level. There's a tube station here, and we're in the arcades adjacent to the tube station. So we're actually tucked underground. So, but if you have any problems finding us, give us a phone, and we'll be able to direct you.
And can you give the website out for?
Yep, sure. Well, it's www.davenportsmagic.co.uk. davenportsmagic.co.uk.
Thank you very much, Bill.
No problem at all.
Thanks for being
Good
with
to
us on
see you.
tvmagicians.com.
Okay.